Oh, there you are, YouTube. I have put in the effort to watch every Best Picture nomination from this Oscar season, and I only have one more movie to watch. And today we have a special guest reviewer with me, so let's get to it. So we are about to watch Licorice Pizza. I think we're both very excited about it. Why are you excited about it?
I love Haim.
Okay.
I love Paul Thomas Anderson.
Right.
Some of the time. Boogie Nights is top tier.
Right.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman's son. What's the big idea? What's this guy gonna be like?
Right. Boogie Nights and Philip Seymour Hoffman?
Yeah.
70s, you're into the 70s?
Yes, the 70s. Yeah.
Right.
That's a major draw for me.
And movies that it's reminding me of, like Boogie Nights, I guess. I don't know if this is reminding me of Boogie Nights, just the 70s-ness of it. But, and I'm not like a huge Dazed and Confused fan, but the way this looks similar to it has me wanting to see it.
I promised myself I wouldn't use this word anymore, but it's the vibe.
Yeah.
It's the vibe you're looking for.
Right.
What can I replace that with?
Vibe, the sensation, the... it's the sensation.
Environment? No.
The atmosphere.
We'll come up with it. We'll come up with it.
The aura, I don't know. It's also making me think of Almost Famous. So I'm curious to see if it's going to be like any of those. What, not you?
No, I was going to say, how's it already making you think of anything? You haven't watched it yet.
Well, I've seen trailers and clips, and yeah, it just kind of, I don't know, that's what I was getting from it. From visuals I've seen, anyway. But again, it's the 70s.
It's more of a vibe.
Yeah, it's that vibe. Right. But anyway, we're about to watch it now. Stay tuned for our review. Hello. Did we just finish the movie?
Licorice Pizza.
Licorice Pizza? Oh, I never told you what a licorice pizza is.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Looked it up?
Well, where did I hear it?
I just thought it was two things that didn't go together.
I just heard what it was. I don't know if it is for sure, but I heard, and it's not like any connection to the movie, but I heard on Twitter that a licorice pizza is a vinyl record.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Right. Like the size of pizza, it's black, like black licorice.
Sure.
But I like what you said. Two things that don't go together.
I mean, that makes sense for the movie.
Yeah,
I was trying to find a connection. You know, you hear the title of a movie and you're wondering, I don't know what this means. When is it going to come up in the movie? Yeah. Sometimes it comes up in an exact quote, and sometimes it never does. So you're left to wonder. Yeah. Am I supposed to be making these weird connections? Nobody actually called it a licorice pizza, right? Like if we ask our dads.
Yeah, we would know, I feel like. That's because, I mean, I don't know, you're pretty, like, in tune with the 70s.
That's the best compliment anyone's ever given me.
Like, I just feel like...
I've never heard...
Like, you would have heard that. And...
One would think.
I didn't hear it until I saw somebody say it on Twitter. So, I don't even know if that's true. So, I could be wrong, but I like that. It is true? Okay.
She said it's true.
So...
You're not going to see her, but she said it.
But... I like what you said. Things that don't go together, because that does fit the movie. Like you said, it's not said in the movie at all. There's no titular line.
I don't even think you see him eating a slice.
Not a single pizza. No licorice rods.
If this were like an old Spielberg movie, there'd be people shoving pizza into their mouths.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Spielberg,
his daughter's in the movie.
2 daughters, right? I think we saw 2.
Or is that just someone else with the last name Spielberg? Does he have multiple daughters?
I think he does. Right?
Let's solve this.
We're gonna look it up.
We're gonna look it up.
While we look it up.
Oh, you know what? Okay, I haven't seen like all of the Best Picture noms.
I have. That was my final one.
Okay, so you can tell me how you feel, but this was by far the most invested that I've been in any of them. Yeah. And you didn't know it was a nothing plot movie. It was just a slice of life.
Yeah, slice of life. coming of age, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But 2 different sections of a young age.
Yes.
So it's like 2 young people, but at different stages of being young.
Yes, he had 2 daughters in that movie.
Okay, both. Okay, so yeah, Spielberg had 2 daughters in that movie.
Okay, well, I guess I'm wrong.
Lots of, we discovered nepotism in the movie.
Yeah, well, okay.
2 Spielbergs.
One of the Haim sisters was the star, but then the other 2 Haim sisters from the movie, and their parents.
And their parents.
Who was the other nepotism?
Leo's father.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio. I like how the kid
brought the father in.
Reverse nepotism.
Reverse nepotism.
Well, Philip Seymour Hoffman, was this kid already into acting? Listen, I don't
think so. I think this was his debut role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alana and
right.
The other boy.
Yeah. What was his name? Peter?
Gary.
Well,
Gary in the movie.
Yeah.
Cooper
Hoffman?
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Seymour Hoffman?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Cooper Hoffman.
What other nepotisms were there?
Nepotisms?
I think that was it. That might have been it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool to see, too, because it takes place in Encino. So you're, thinking...
Every man in it is an Encino man.
You're right. Everyone is.
Right.
Every man in it is an Encino man. And, I don't know, you just think, like, California stars... Grew up with the Children of the Stars, and this movie is starring the stars.
I can't get out of the caveman thing.
Starring the Children of the Stars. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, nothing plot. Except for a coming of age slice of life. Here's something we could talk about. No, you were talking about investment. I agree. I've been invested in, I think, every nominee except maybe West Side Story.
Oh. Well, we already knew that story.
Yeah. So that one was the toughest.
West Side Second Story.
West Side Second Story. But that's good. Second Story Building? Yeah.
Well, this one was... God, I don't know what I'm saying. Oh, you're going to have to edit this out. Oh, what do I do? I'm still talking. Right. No, I don't... The plot, you never knew what was going to happen. But when it happened, you were like, oh, I'm glad that happened. Yeah. But it wasn't predictable, but you're like, oh, this is working for the movie. This is making sense.
Right.
Even if it wasn't, like, all tied up in a pretty little bow. Like, you're still like... oh, this is working, like, right now I needed the story to get a little bit more high octane, or right now I wanted there to be, like, a tender love moment, and it kind of just, like...
It did wander.
And so you didn't know that you needed that, but it worked, so the tone throughout was really pleasing.
Right, and you weren't...
Even if you were scared or worried.
And I think what's nice about it not having a plot is you weren't sitting there trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
It was just kind of like happening, I guess.
Right.
Where some of these other movies, I feel like I'm accidentally coming up with the ending.
Sure, Nightmare Alley
Nightmare Alley. I feel like Power of the Dog. I don't think I was fully right with Power of the Dog, but, I guess I was eventually, but that's kind of what was going on in my mind. And this one really doesn't allow that too much because there's no real through line, I guess.
Right, because it's like, it almost should be a will they or won't they.
Yeah.
But you kind of already get rid of that notion early on because of the age difference.
Right.
So then you're more thinking...
They're 10 years apart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you're more thinking, how can their stories possibly connect in a way to keep us interested for a whole movie?
Right.
If this isn't like a classic, romantic get-together movie.
Yeah.
But like, how are they going to intersect in such a way that we want to watch this?
Yeah. And, I don't know, they kept us wanting to watch.
They really did.
Yeah.
How did Paul do it?
I liked it.
Yeah. It was... Honestly, beautifully shot. There was a nice filter over the whole thing.
Oh, that was so good.
It wasn't screaming like, I'm the 70s, but it made sense for it.
Well, I was noticing that as we were watching it, like my, I guess, preconceived idea of what a movie that takes place in the 70s should look like, which I guess is
sunny, golden.
Yeah, and have like a texture to it. Like it was shot on film. I don't think it looks like it was shot on film. Maybe it does. I don't know. But like when what was that movie last year that I didn't like? Trial of the Chicago 7. That movie, everything looked completely artificial to me. I didn't buy the era at all. It looked like people in costumes.
A fake filter, people in costumes, people trying to pretend.
Right, and this just felt fully genuine.
Yeah.
And exactly what I want a movie from the 70s to look like.
Yeah.
And like nothing was over glossy or anything like that. Like with Joker, that movie, you know, it's going for 70s, but sometimes you could tell they got some CGI going on in the background.
There's a modern situation.
Yeah, where you don't have, you just don't have any of those contemporary textures in this movie. Or at least, if they were there, they weren't standing out.
Right.
In any way. So,
right.
I loved that. So, something I noticed with I didn't notice, I think I read this on Twitter too. None of the, but it's also just obvious fact.
Okay.
But all the actresses nominated this year, none of them come from a Best Picture nominee. They just come from other movies.
Interesting.
Not a single one. But we have women-led Best Picture movies.
Okay.
Like this one and the West Side Story, and then I'm sure other ones that aren't coming to mind right now.
I can't think of any of them.
But, yeah, I don't know. I thought Haim was good. Like, I would have thrown her a nomination. That was great.
Honestly, she was a natural.
Yeah, felt completely natural.
It wasn't like, I wasn't even thinking, here's a difference that I have in certain movies. Sometimes I think, wow, their acting is so good right now, which is great.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think, wow, they seem like a real person, which is also great.
Yeah.
And she was really seeming like a real person to me.
Right. Yeah. And I'm not familiar with the band, and I mean, I know some of their songs, but I don't follow them or anything, but you know them pretty well.
And well enough to know that Paul Thomas Anderson directs a lot of their music videos.
Oh, really?
So he knows all of them.
Okay.
So that's probably why the whole family was in the movie.
Yeah. So for both of us, that's like two different points of view. I don't really know anything about them. I've seen 1 or 2 music videos because my kids like them or something.
Gonna say I saw one of them at Target.
I did see one at Target. I was at Target and I saw Danielle Haim. It was her. I'm pretty sure it was her.
Illinois.
In Central Illinois, hanging out in my Target. And then yeah, what was I saying? They were good.
Acting natural.
Oh, acting natural. Was it that?
Legit.
Oh yeah, how you know them very well and still thought so. That it was natural, like you believed everything. So, yeah.
I could completely separate from the music career.
So, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It wasn't even, I didn't even have to try.
And Cooper Hoffman, I thought he was great. I think everybody was really good. Was there anybody I didn't like? What were you going to say?
It was also really funny.
It was really funny, or he was?
The whole thing was.
Yeah, the whole movie was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were...
And it was always a surprising part. Like, you weren't like, we're gearing up for a joke. It was just like something unexpected.
Very naturalistic.
Natural, yeah.
Like when we're all hanging out, something funny happens, could be just a look.
Yeah.
And then we'd all just start cracking up. That happened a lot.
Often it was a look or just a weird turn of phrase or something like, why did you say it like that?
Right. Exactly, yeah. Just like the inflection was a little off, which just... is how life is.
Yeah,
we do that to each other. Yeah, it was so perfect. I loved that.
This is my fave so far, but I've not seen as many as you.
I think it is.
What else would be in the running?
Right. Well, see, we just watched Power of the Dog, and when that one first ended, I was like, oh yeah, that's cool. I like that, but as we've been sitting thinking about it, it's like, wait, some of this stuff just doesn't seem to add up. So, like that one I was thinking was very up there, but I don't think I care as much. Coda would be the other one. It's not artful or anything. It's just kind of a basic movie, but it's very emotional. Like it hits really well.
Okay.
So I just kind of, I don't know. It's between, for me personally, I think it would be between this and Coda.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, Power of the Dog was up high, but I feel like it's dropped.
Okay.
For me.
I need to see those still.
Yeah. Power of the Dog just didn't add up.
You off camera? What's your favorite so far?
Coda, but this would be second.
Coda,
Okay.
then this
Coda,
one, yeah.
okay.
I would be. I don't think this one's gonna win, unfortunately, but I would be. It would be awesome. I like when
Honestly,
movies like this do.
If this won, it would even if it wasn't everyone's favorite, it would make sense to me. I'm like, oh, this fits.
Right.
For what my idea of this should be.
And I like that it would be one of Paul Thomas Anderson's most accessible films. Like, I feel like almost anybody could watch it.
Master was tough for me.
Yeah. You know, yeah, exactly. Not everybody's going to want to watch The Master or Phantom Thread, or even There Will Be Blood. But this one, I feel like anybody could watch.
Yeah.
So that would be interesting for such a serious director to, you know, win for something that all audiences could watch and have a good time with. That was another thing I was when I was talking about what's Haim's first name?
Alana?
Alana, or her real name?
Alana.
Oh, it is?
All of them had their real
names. Oh, okay.
Danielle and Est.
So Alana wasn't nominated, nor was Bradley Cooper. I kept hearing people were saying Bradley Cooper should get a supporting actor nomination because he just like comes in, supporting, like what a true supporting actor was back in the day. Now they're always giving it to leads, but I thought he was really funny in it. Just the way he handled every scene, was talking to people,
the way he
stealing
was
the scene.
Her while she was like driving over the top of Hoffman was
Yeah.
insane. I loved every second of that.
Yeah, he just had powerful energy about him, and very funny, humorous.
Yeah, good vibe.
Yeah, and we never saw what happened with everything they did to him.
Where was Barbra Streisand? Where was the house situation?
Right. That's kind of funny. They set up all of these things for Bradley Cooper's character, who's based on a real person.
And you were really worried. The situation.
Like
and
when he finds out, and it just it went away.
But you know what? In some movies that would bother me, but in this movie, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I think it does too.
Like, because it mirrors what actually happened to them, which was nothing came of it.
Nothing. Yeah. It's interesting. And it's weird that I didn't catch that in the moment. I'm really only realizing that now, that it was never brought up again. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody?
I don't think.
I think we all liked it though.
Yeah.
Good music.
We were all engaged.
Laughing, having a good time. There's a great, you know, like car chases, how those are always, not always, but can be high octane type stuff. There's something similar to that in this that I thought was awesome.
It was surprising and enjoyable.
It was like some
and you were worried.
Very worried, excited. Yeah, it was cool. But is that all? I think we got it. We got it covered. We all like this movie. I think I'm going to rank these movies. I got to figure out how to rank them all. Yeah. But anyway, you want to say it? The outro?
Oh, I'll have to remember it on account of I just forgot it. And perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout. Was that it?
You did it. You got it right.